bit of a visionary. I was thinking myself more of a Robert Moses type of visionary. For those of you who don't know who Robert Moses is, he's responsible for the development of the Long Island beautiful beaches along the eastern shoreline. He was a true visionary. And I'm also, on a more humble basis, I ride a Bianchi bicycle along Sunset Boulevard regularly. I also travel, like many of you do, all over the world. I've just returned from Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona, Spain has very, very wide park-like boulevards, very similar to what we have here in the Sunset District. Barcelona, Spain is absolutely stunningly gorgeous, beyond belief gorgeous. I hope some of you in your lives get to see it. What this screams out to me as a visionary, and I say this as a visionary and a wish list, I'm sorry for being so diatribish in my discussion with you folks, is that medium strip, what I'm hearing here is we're going to spend millions on the water and the pipes are going to break, and they may not break, and they'll break again, and the plants will turn white. That strip, folks, looks like death reincarnated forever. For as long, I've lived here 9 years, it looks horrible. Okay?
Yes.
Now, from my visionary perspective, again, I'm just having these visions, and I didn't even have a glass of Cabernet this afternoon or this evening. That strip screams to me for a paradigm shift in terms of what should be done there. I haven't looked at that map there, but what I have noticed in the city is when you bike ride, if you get a bicycle pathway in the city, it is always put in the middle of where we're close to moving traffic. Okay? So no matter what, even if you segment it off or elevate it, you're close to a 3-ton vehicle. That pathway can be used for transportation of bicycles. It would be a beautiful bike connection between Golden Gate Park and Lake Merced, because that Lake Merced, thank God, has a pathway which is not located on a physical street for my bike riding needs. I think the bike community here would love it if we could have a beautiful bike lane with beautiful trees put into that Sunset median, finally, for the love of God.
You lost me.
Thank you very much.
So here's what's going to happen. Because of time, I mean, the team will be here. We actually have an opportunity where people can use some of the drawings, give us some of your ideas. We wanted to just hear what some of the concerns here. We'll be here. The whole team will be here.
Can I just respond to that last comment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I appreciate
I'm John.
visionaries.
Hi,
As a
sir.
fellow visionary,
Okay.
I will remind our friends in San Francisco that we once had a great poet named Allen Ginsberg who wrote a poem called Howl. And the essence of the poem called Howl was about the destruction of the city of New York by a guy named Robert Moses. And those of you who have seen the Ken Burns documentaries may know that he has a brother named Rick Burns who did a documentary called Gotham on the city of New York. And in that documentary, he talks about how Robert Moses wanted to destroy Greenwich Village by putting a transit through the city. Robert Moses was considered a visionary, but he, at least according to the Rick Burns documentary, destroyed or almost destroyed the city of New York. So I would suggest that we not do that in San Francisco. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't want to add either.
Apologies, I walked in late, but there was an article in the SF Richmond Review today that said that 1.2 million had been spent, and we're here discussing a master plan, but there's been significant work. Wouldn't the time to get input be before work began, so that the neighborhood could actually provide input as to what they would like
That's
to
what
see?
today's
along
about.
those- But why has all this work already gone on?
And all that work is work that we've been working with the neighborhood on, and it's all maintenance and just getting things done. We're talking about the future of the
Right,
of
but-
Sunset today, so.
But there's no opportunity for course correction, because it's pretty clear that what is going in isn't working. And so instead of stopping the bleeding and saying, let's reevaluate, they just
I'm
continue.
telling you, I'll give you the short, I've been here to so many meetings. people
No,
expect.
you're not listening. You're
Yeah,
not
I am
listening.
listening. I'm not stopping. I'm going to hear the ideas and we're going to.
And I have another
a plan,
I have another
and we're
comment,
gonna
I have
move
another
forward.
I'm not
So,
done yet, actually.
yes.
But with the 1.2 million, you're telling me as a taxpayer that you still need to rely on both volunteer and child labor to maintain these areas? That just seems ridiculous.
You're just being political. Everybody,
No.
to get things done in the city,
No,
we
but
all
I
have to
mean,
work
it
together.
is- it
The
is
city will
political.
never have enough road resources to do everything as a city. I just tell you that. We rely on partnerships, we rely on neighborhoods, we rely on extra help. So, and we're happy that the school has been here to actually help us, and the kids love the work,
I have nothing against
and they're
that
good.
sort of thing, but I think
Yes,
it should
ma'am.
be-
Myself?
Yes.
I think the Sunset Boulevard, if you look at the photos of the Sunset Boulevard when it was built, and you look from the top over there of the overpass on Lincoln Avenue, and you see the green on the medium, I think it's a very beautiful vision for the Sunset Boulevard. Instead of the succulents, that succulents had nothing to the medium. I think the grass will be so much more beautiful, and with the recycled water, you can keep that grass very green. And with one gardener, you can put him in a lawnmower down the boulevard and get that thing all done in one or 2 days. Because
turn it back
if
over.
you have too many
Okay,
people
last question,
with
I'm
weeds,
gonna
not
turn it
work.
over, because we do have to let you know like where we're going from here. This is one of several meetings. We're gonna also be able to get your feedback. We're gonna set up a website where you can also give comments and give things. Okay, let me take her question, and then you'll be the last one. He comes to my office all the time, so. Yes.
Also, absolutely, it was brought up, we can lobby, and I know that Gordon Marr, helped to plan this open meeting, which I'm happy about. And I hope we have feedback meetings about how it's going once the plan, there should be more meetings. But just my own opinion, but I'm open to a few of the other thoughts. That median, I agree, just terrible. And I lived here for 45 years. I like the idea of a pollinator garden all the way up and down it. And it could be put in between the succulents, and we need the pollinators, the butterflies, very classic butterflies. A pollinator garden, a lot of it is weeds, but they're pretty weeds. And, like milkweed, like the monarch, but yeah, everybody, we know. But wouldn't that be a perfect place? And you can leave the plants you have there.
Yes, David, last question.
A couple of quick things. You and your staff should prepare a budget proposal
Yes.
for the add backs. So if there's a specific need for 100 to 200,000 for Sunset Boulevard, that can be included in the budget process this time. That would be helpful. Two, you mentioned other city departments, but I didn't see presence from MTA and PUC in particular. Barbara Palacios and Saeed, who worked on recycled water and the Sunset Boulevard pilot project, they should be involved and should be part of this planning. It shouldn't just be DPW landscape architecture, and it's important to get the rest of the city family bought into this. The webs.
Just wait, so they are part of the project, and the
Bring them out to
landscape, the
meetings. They
landscape
need to hear this.
architects meet with them.
I know.
They
Bring them out.
actually fund them to do the rain gardens.
They need to hear from us. They need to hear from people as well. The DPW website did not have tonight's event as an event, and I did not find this master plan under the project page. So you need to get a project site so that people can give their comments wherever they are on it. And then the last point, I think, this overview slide shows Golden Gate Park, the zoo, Stern Grove, and you get the idea of Lake Merced from here. To the extent that the tree canopy, whatever the species, not my concern, either it should be consistent across all of those various green spaces, or if it's different, there should be a reason why it's different that's thought out. But to the extent that we can have some consistency in the Sunset and that it really is a broader vision and not just what are we doing with this long boulevard, that would be helpful. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we'll have